Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you today. Today is Thursday. You know what that means. It's Art Day. Make sure if you're at home when you watch the video, I will get the green check mark, and that's your participation grade. You can pause the video at any time to rewatch it to see my drawings and what to do. If you're here in person, you can always go home and watch the video and draw at home also. You can use whatever art supplies you have, but today we're still working with our paper and our pencils. I will always start class like I always do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready. I'll ring the bell twice. Stop talking, stop working. We have to get ready for your teacher to come, okay? So, right now, everyone should have their sketchbooks out and their pencil. Their desk should be cleared of everything else. If you're at home, you should be at your art space with your sketchbook and your pencil. If you haven't had time to come get your sketchbook, I still have them up here in the office. Just come by anytime. Okay? Let's get started. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready. You all have been doing such an amazing job with our contour lines. We have been talking about there's two kinds of lines. There are straight lines and there are contour lines. Now our contour lines are what gives everything's volume. It makes things round. It makes like we can put things inside it. It's not flat. So let's open our sketchbook and let's see what is on our first page. We always go back and review in our sketchbooks, okay? And I made my sketchbook big so we all can see. We talked about how you can take an L and a V. By adding contour lines, we make it look like it's volume. It's like a tube, like a toilet paper tube, like a paper towel tube. It looks like I can go in and around it just by adding the contour lines where it turns. You also can make the letter M and add your contour lines. And you can take anything you do and I can turn it. I can overlap it. I made a V right here. And I can add anything I want to my straight lines by adding my contour lines. I made it look with volume, okay? So, let's go to the next page of our sketchbook. That's right, Baby Devon's climbing tree. Everybody loves this trick. I'm going to show you with 2 lines, Baby Devon's climbing tree. Why don't you draw along with me in your sketchbook, okay? I'm going to draw my climbing tree. 2 horizontal lines. Connect, connect. Now add my contour lines to turn it round halfway and come out the other side. Okay? Also try in your sketchbook where I turn it up and I turn it down. I can turn it up and I can turn it down. Okay? So go ahead and try that in your sketchbook. Now remember, if you're at home, you can pause this, okay? Let's go to the next page in our sketchbook. Here we talked about the difference in a 2D circle and a 3D foreshortened circle. That is a very, very big word. That word is foreshortened. It is a very big art word. If I take a circle like this, that's flat, pretend my elbows are a circle, okay? And I stretch that circle out. It now became foreshortened. I could put something inside it. It's a tube. This is flat, 2D. A foreshortened means I pull it towards me. I pull it towards me to make it pop out of my page and be three-dimensional. Well, in the art world, that's called foreshortening, okay? So what we did on that page, and I want you to draw this along with me, and if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it. You're gonna make a 2D circle, and this time we're gonna put our foreshortened circles on the left and the right. And I want you to draw a straight tube through it. Erase. Now, what do I have to add to that because it's three-dimensional? You're right, shading. I have to add my shading. And you can try to turn your tube. Okay? Don't forget to add the shading. Now remember, this is a 2D circle and a 3D foreshortened circle. And you're going to need to know that today to be able to make our 3D spaceship. You're going to have to know the foreshortened circle, like we did in our fishbowl, our 3 foreshortened circles, okay? Let's go to our next page. That's right, the flag. Or remember, it's called the rhino. I don't know why it's called the rhino. Let's try that. I don't want to draw a flat 2D flag. That's not realistic. If I want it to have volume, I need a contour line. So I'm going to draw a contour line, add my straight lines, add my peekaboo because it's overlapping, up, down, connect, and put my shading in, okay? It has shading, it has contour lines, and it's overlapping because it's flying in the wind. It's not going to be flat, two-dimensional. Now let me show you a really fun trick. You might want to pause the video for this one and watch. I can do this. Go back and connect with my straight lines. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Peekaboo, 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 peekaboo. What do you think? Put in my shading. That's a fun trick to try. So if you have a chance, pause the video and you can try that. Okay, what's the next in our sketchbook? Next, that's right, we did the cylinder. Now, to do the cylinder, you really need to learn this today because we're going to need that. Just like we did on our fishbowl, we're going to need it for our spaceship. Remember, it is a foreshortened circle, okay? There are 2 lines. Now, you don't want to connect with a straight line because that's 2D. We've already made it 3D. So we're going to have to use a contour line. We want it sitting on a table. Now, where the ground and the sky meet, that's called the horizon line. We don't want to put it right here because it would fall off the table, just like we didn't want our fishbowl to fall off the table. I don't want my spaceship to fall off the planet. So here's my horizon line back there. So I'm going to play the peekaboo game. Stop, peekaboo, okay? And add my shading. And the last thing you do is the cast shadow. That's your shadow. This is the shadow on the cylinder, but the cylinder leaves a shadow, and that's called a cast shadow. When you're outside on the sidewalk or driveway, that is your cast shadow, okay? And we did the flag. And And today, what we're going to add to our sketchbook, because we're still going to work a little bit on our foreshortened circles, because we're going to be working with those today. I want you to, we're going to make a cake. Make a foreshortened circle, 2 straight lines. It's just like a little short cylinder, and a contour line. That's the first layer of my cake. Now, if I want to stack a second layer on my cake, I'm going to put a dot right here, and I'm going to draw my foreshortened circle. You can draw lightly and erase. Contour line. I made a birthday cake. I can decorate it. If I want to put a candle, make sure you put a contour line right there. Contour lines to show that that candle's round. I could even add another foreshortened circle, erase it. I could make my cake as tall as I want. Kind of looks like a Dr. Seuss cake to me. Make sure you add your shading and your cast shadow. And actually, each layer is going to have a little cast shadow. Isn't that cool? If you're at home, pause the video so you can make it in your sketchbook, okay? So, we'll put our sketchbooks up, and let's review what we've made. We've been working on our shading, and we've been working with value. Remember, values going dark to light, and we did an apple going dark to light. We did our overlapping fruit, and we put it on a table with the horizon line and the cast shadow. We did a pumpkin. Notice each little section of the pumpkin went dark to light, and we overlapped the stem. And then, of course, we did our fishbowl, which was our 3 foreshortened circles in the 2D circle, which had shading. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 things to shade. And our fish was symmetrical. This was really good. Oh, and we put him on a table so he didn't fall, and we gave him a cast shadow. Good job. Well, today we are going to make our spaceship. Now, the spaceship has the foreshortened circles too. Now, I added a lot of extras to mine. You can add a lot of extras to yours, okay? But notice the foreshortened circle. Notice the foreshortened circle here. Notice the top is just like on our fish. This is just like our fish with the contour lines. Notice the contour. It didn't connect with straight lines, and notice the contour line so I know the legs of my spaceship are round. And notice my spaceship is round. And I even in the background, see that foreshortened? That's how I made that. Now this horizon lines don't have to be straight. I did not make this horizon line straight because it's on Mars. And look at all the cast shadows. The legs, and I kind of darker right under here from underneath. I have the shading over here, and it went dark to light. And you can add any other extra things that you want to add into your spaceship. But to make your spaceship, you're going to take a sheet of paper, and I will draw with a dark marker so you can see, okay? You're going to start with your foreshortened circle. And then you're going to make a larger, put it up a little bit. You're going to make a larger foreshortened circle. Okay? Now it doesn't have to be perfect. The top of my spaceship is going to start on the outside here and come up and around. Then the bottom of my spaceship comes from the outside. Now, You're going to have a pencil. I would have a pencil here, and I could straighten all my lines up to make them look like I want. But you're going to have a foreshortened circle there and a foreshortened circle there. It starts with a foreshortened small one here. I'm going to make it dark so y'all can tell in the video. And again, you can pause it. And then a larger one around here. Okay? Now on the inside of the middle foreshortened circle, and then the outside. Because my spaceship is round, my legs are round. So I'm going to put a contour line and make like a cone. I want to show that it's round, so I'm going to put the contour lines. And you can put any bottoms to it you want. And I need to show, it's three-dimensional, so I need to show the back side of it. So here's the back of it. Okay, well, every spaceship has an antenna. And I'm going to add the contour lines. And I'm going to put a foreshortened circle here and connect it. There's my radar. You can add whatever extra you want there. My spaceship has a horizon line, and you can make that however you want. And if you want to add little extras to look like it's on a different planet, you can add a foreshortened circle and a bigger foreshortened circle. Isn't that cool? A foreshortened circle, a bigger foreshortened circle. And I look like I have something like I've landed on a planet. Then come back with your pencil, and you're going to add the shading first inside your foreshortened circle. Remember, you're going to do value going dark to light. Take one tissue on a finger, blend it together. And go around the other foreshortened circle. Dark to light, and blend it together. Now the bottom of my spaceship, and the top of my spaceship, dark. And it's going to be a little bit lighter, medium. Now I'm going really, really quick, okay, because I know you're anxious to get going. And blend it together. Remember to go in little tiny circles. You can add shading to all your extras in your picture. Remember, it's a three-dimensional picture, so everything's going to add shading. And you're going to have to put your cast shadow on it. And I'm even putting the shadow from the bottom of my spaceship on it. Okay? So, practice doing a spaceship. You could even put a little astronaut inside your spaceship if you wanted to. Okay? Mine is like sending messages back down to Earth. So, if you need to pause the video, pause the video. But have fun, and please send me your pictures. I want to get a whole collection of our spaceships out in outer space. Okay? I can't wait to see your pictures. You're doing an awesome job, and I'll see you next week. Bye.